months ago, I was making crystals using what was it called? Alum. That's it. That's the stuff. And I got a bit of the alum solution left over, and I just poured it into this mould and promptly forgot about it. Now, as they're in a mould, I'm not sure how well they've stuck. In fact, some have come loose, but I just found it when I was having a clear up and thought I should do something with that. No idea what this is going to do. I'm thinking it's just going to create like a bubbly, crystally. It's going to be a bit like using a druzy, isn't it? But it's going to be pretty much a one-use thing. So anyway, I'm going to chuck some resin in that and see what happens. So what I've got then is some azure blue resin dye, and I think that is a transparent one if I remember rightly. I have probably the best colour flippy chameleon mica flakes I have ever seen, 2 different colours of, and links below as usual, of course. Then I might do one just in clear. Don't know, I'm kind of messing now. Which of these is stuck down quite well? That one's stuck down quite well, and that one, not sure about these. Okay, so these 2 are going to be my mica flakes. So let's get those painted in first. And I'm going to use a nice soft makeup brush because I don't want to dislodge those. Let's start with this one first. This is called, let me tell you what it's called. This is white opal flakes. I think I'll do the smaller one with these. So I'm just going to dab it on, I think. I don't think I dare go to, and quite a bit of it though, but I don't think I dare really paint them on like you normally would. I don't know. So I'm just gently dabbing because I don't know how well this alum is really sticking to this mould. Anybody who wants to know what this making crystals with alum thing's all about, I'll put you a link to the video at the end. In fact, I think I've got a whole playlist on. See, there's one's come loose already. I've got a whole playlist on making crystals in different ways. Now, some are just resin crystals, but I did make some inlays actually using real crystals that I'd grown. And that's what's gone on here. So, here we go. This is the purple opal flakes. Look at those. Just crazy these things are. And again, I'm just going to dab it in. Now I'm thinking that these flakes aren't going to stick to the alum. And when these are all completely cured, the plan is to pick the alum crystals out. If they don't just pick out, if I soak them in water long enough, they will dissolve. It's usually boiling water what you need, but resin doesn't like that sort of temperature, does it? Might be okay. We'll see what happens. So there's our chameleon flakes. I might do some normal mica powder actually. Let's find some normal mica powder. Yeah, it's rather chameleon-y, sparkly as well, this one. This is called, hang on, what's this one called? Chameleon pigment blue-green, does that say? Blue-green? Yeah, sorry, I haven't got my glasses on. Let's try that. So this is a, oh, look at that. So this is a powder rather than a flake. So let's get quite a bit on the brush here again because I'm going to have to dab it in. Oh yeah, some of this alum is definitely coming loose. I'll put your links for the alum in it as well down below. As I say, you will find that. Find more information on it in my crystal making playlist. Okay, so that leaves 3. Now I've done those 2. I wanted to do a clear one, didn't I? I think. I don't know. Definitely going to do a blue one. Right, I need to mix up some resin, so I'll be back shortly. So I've got some clear mixed up. I'm going to put clear behind this one. I've got a feeling there's something, don't know, something already in there. As you can see, I've mixed up my resin far too fast. Loads of bubbles. It's my usual trick. Anyway, I'm not worried because I know this stuff degasses really well. It's the one coat from, it's the one coat Apex resin from Just For You Online. And I know that this stuff degasses beautifully, even though it is so very thick. Now I'm going to split this up because I want to do one in the blue, and I'm not going to need much. And I'm going to put black in this one because we all know how nice black goes behind opal colours, don't we? So let's have one dot of blue. It's lovely, this blue. It's like a turquoise. It's just really pretty. Okay, there's just a little bit of colour in that. Not going too crazy. Not crazy at all. Right. It's almost green, isn't it? It's like it's a proper aqua-y sort of colour. So that one's called Azure Blue. Lovely. Isn't that pretty? Any bits I've got left, people keep saying, why don't you measure it? We wouldn't have any waste. Well, I don't have any waste, thank you very much. Because, as you can see here, there's always a mould of some sort kicking around. I've got other little projects always on the go. I've always got somewhere to tip my leftovers. You may have seen in other videos as well, I even make little, what I call messy trays. I haven't got one on the go at the moment. I must get one sorted again. And that's just a tray where I chuck in whatever colours I've got left over, whatever bits, all sorts of things. And you end up with a crazy random colour tray in that mould that tells the story of what's been going on in your craft room for the last month. And then what I do is I make a little silicone mat that fits in the top of it, and it is just perfect for popping your stick down in, like I should have done here. Must clear up a bit and get my silicone mats that fit those cleaned up, and I can show you again what I do with them. But yeah, back to the point that I don't waste anything. So stop telling me off, people. I really don't. Okay, this one I am going to go with black, and I'm just going to fill all of these with black. Now I've got a new new black pigment to try somewhere. Where is it? Here it is. Yeah, thank you Just For You Online. They've sent me this as well. I have got some of my Black Vista pigment left though, so I shall be using that up too. But, oh, look at that. That is proper black, isn't it? Oh, lovely. You know what? I might actually leave that lid on a little bit. I bet I don't even need that much. Look, I've probably got far too much there, but let's see how black this makes this go. I'll probably knock the bubbles out as well. Oh my goodness, lovely. Yes. I like that it's come in a great big tub as well. We all use a lot of black, don't we? Let me just show you properly. Look at the size of this tub. It is, what's that? How many grams? Let me see what it's... Oh no, I've got my lovely new tub clean, dirty. Don't know how many grams that is. I'll find the link for you though, because that is... it'll last forever, so it's epic value. It really is. Wonderful stuff. I mean, I've been, especially for me, because they've sent me this to try. But look at the size of that tub. That really is going to last you forever. I used way more than was necessary here, as you saw. So, let me see. People have said, why are you using so much stuff from Just For You Online? Are you on commission? No, I'm not. They are sending me nice things to try, for which I am so grateful. But no, the score is that they are helping me, they're supporting me by sending me things to use. We all know how expensive craft materials are, so that is worth its weight in gold to me. It means I'm getting to test new things and share and show you. And the other thing, if any of you haven't joined my videos when they premiere before, sometimes the team from Just For You Online will actually pop into the live chat to support and help and just really be involved, and I think that's absolutely amazing. So for that reason, I mean, I like their business model too. There's so much I like about it. The products are great. I like what they're trying to do for the environment. There's just so much. But I love the fact that they're so hands-on with supporting the craft community too. It feels like they care, you know. They're not too big to not be concerned about the little crafters like me. Honestly, they're great to deal with, and that is why I am using so much of their stuff lately. And yeah, it's really good. The thing is, I was buying it anyway before they started doing that. Let's Resin are starting soon to send me things to try and to keep me going too, which is wonderful. Again, you'll know from my videos, I've used a lot of Let's Resin stuff over the year that I've been doing, well, less than a year that I've been doing this video thing. And yeah, that's just, again, so very, very kind of them. So I'm going to be well sorted for most materials. I'll still have to buy some stuff, of course. But it does mean I can afford to keep this channel going for you, which is amazing. So I am extremely grateful. But like I said, I use Let's Resin stuff anyway. There's one of their resins that I'm really, really allergic to. And they understand that I won't be using that. I said, don't bother sending me that. I can't use it. It's wonderful, wonderful resin. I know Wendy at Toonfish absolutely swears by it. It is really, really good resin. But I'm so horribly allergic to it that all the PPE in the world, somehow I still end up with reactions. So I can't use that one. It seems that anybody who's allergic to resin, the brands all vary so much, as you can imagine, that it's worth persevering and finding the ones that you're not allergic to. Because just because you're allergic to one doesn't mean you're going to be allergic to all of them, does it? So I shall clean up a bit. That resin cures in about 4 hours. So, oh look, I've spoilt the dome effect I'd got on that one. Never mind. Yeah, so I'll see you in 4 hours. Right, I've just demolded these. Now, first point to note, the alum crystals did not inhibit the curing in any way. Second thing to note is they're still in there. But look at that mad, look, that's almost like a sci-fi landscape thing. So on the black backing and the chameleon flakes, that's pretty successful. It's in there still in the clear as well and in the blue. The only thing I can't see is, am I going to be able to get the crystals out? So I'm off to soak these in boiling water, which of course resin won't like at all because it doesn't like heat. So I'll let you know what happens. This is all very much, as you know, an experiment. So I'll see you for the end result and however long this takes to dissolve. See you in a bit. Right, well, cleaning them up sort of works. I just chucked them in a jug with just a Pyrex jug, chucked some boiling water on it, stirred them around, tipped it out, chucked a load of cold water in to cool the resin quickly and get it flat again, which to be honest it didn't curl up too much anyway, or soften. It was just, I just chucked it onto this bit of tissue to dry it. So these are the backs. These are the backs. Let's have a look first at what happened with the clear one. And yeah, there was a mucky bit in the mould, if you remember. But I've got tiny craters. So it's just kind of weird and interesting. I have no idea what you would do with that, but it's made it look a bit crystally. This one I put the blue in, the blue colour in. And again, you can see you've got kind of like craters. If I catch the light just right, you can see there's probably still some of the crystals in there because I don't think, I think some of them were trapped, that got resin trapped underneath them. I'm sure there's possibilities. Saving that one till last because that's interesting. This one was the plain black, and it's just really, the point of it's still slightly soft from being heated. The point of this one really is just to show you what that surface looks like, because you can see some of it, I think the crystals, the resin got underneath the crystals. Now this is where it gets interesting. Look at that. And those are, you can hear my nail going over it, those are proper holes. Now this one, let me zoom this rather than move my hand up close, I think you'll get a better view, that's it. Now this one, as you can see, the chameleon powder stuck to the resin where the gaps were between the crystally bits, and the crystally bits are nice and shiny and very, very recessed. If I do that, you can, and perhaps if I do that, I don't know, you can see how deep the holes are. I'm so kind of thinking alien landscape here still. It's rather interesting, isn't it? But wait, it gets better. Look at this. There's a lot more craters in that one. This was the one that had a lot more of the crystal chunks in it. And if you remember, some had fallen away, and that's where I've got the bigger areas where the chameleon flakes have actually stuck. I might actually top these off with UV resin, I don't know. I think I kind of like that they're like this. You can see the depth, I think. The depth of the craters. It obviously didn't dissolve the alum at all. It stayed intact. And now this one. I love this one. I think it's to do with the colours. Again, you've got your weird lunar landscape thing. You've got your colour flips from the chameleon flakes. So look, we've got everything from green through to purple. And these big craters. So, folks, I think we have a very weird, if long-winded way of doing something. What would you do with these? Come on, give me some ideas. There's definitely mileage in doming them off, because that'll make the colour flip show. And it might highlight these. In fact, I might do that with just this little one so we can see what a difference there is. But other than that, what would you do with that technique? Yes, it's long-winded, letting your alum crystals cure, set, reconstitute. Took a couple of weeks, but you know, it's the sort of thing, especially in a small mould, you can just do some, chuck it to one side, ignore it for a couple of weeks and come back to it. So, you know, let's say we're happy with that. What would you do with that technique then? And what else can you do that with? Obviously, we know druzy inlays. We know we can chuck crystals into the bottom of things anyway. You're just then going to pick them out afterwards. But this was so easy in terms of just chucking in boiling water and the crystals just dissolve. Dunno. Talk to me, people. What would you do with it? Right. If you enjoyed watching this just generally mucking about session, then please give me a thumbs up. And yeah, as I said, do talk to me. I want to know what you do with all these ideas. Thanks for watching. Hope you had a bit of a giggle at this one. And I hope it's given you some ideas. So if you haven't already subscribed, you know where the buttons are. Oh, and don't forget, my membership scheme is open, and there are loads of freebies for people kind enough to join the scheme. So you can pick your levels if you'd like to join. Buttons for that are down here as well. Over there, I think. See you for the next one, folks. Okay, so these did actually prove slightly difficult to dome because, of course, some of the edges are missing. Let's put another light on in here, actually. See if we can pick up the colours better. There we are. But the effect is still rather amazing. I'm thinking I might do that again and actually make little druzy moulds off it. Do it properly. Anyway, I'm looking again at these now. I've domed them and I'm thinking, does that look like some sort of weird gemstone thing? Bits of it, actually, as you look in, look like one of those, the inside of a bismuth formation. I don't know. I'm thinking I don't quite know what, but it does almost look like a natural gemstone thing. Again, tell me, people, tell me, what is this all shouting to you? What does that look like? I'll stop messing now. Thanks everyone. Just wanted to add that into the video of what happened when I tried to dome them. You can see it goes off the edges. The resin does, because it hasn't got edges in places. Anyway, let me have your thoughts. I'm loving it. I'm just completely bemused as to what the hell to do with it now. So, I'll see you for the next one. Bye.